Alright, man. I'm really starting to get aggravated by y'all fear. Like every time a celebrity or somebody pop up with this coronavirus, they project. What did it say? 500 million people supposed to get it, like a fifth of the earth or something crazy. I don't know about the math off the top of my head. It's a super flu. It's a super cold, a super virus. But it's not taking like motherfuckers' lives. Like remember when Eazy-E got AIDS back in the days? I don't mean to laugh. Or caught HIV. He started off with a flu. Like all this shit took like within a week. He had the flu. No, he had a flu. Then it turned to pneumonia. Then it turned to HIV. And then it turned into AIDS. And the nigga was dead within 6 or 7 days. This shit ain't happening like this, man. The motherfuckers that's dying and shit is the people that like are sick or got health issues. This ain't no fucking HIV. Oh my God! This is the Tom Hanks got it. Oh my, like shut up, yo. Like y'all motherfuckers is corny as shit. This shit annoying as hell, yo. Until we see like these celebrities starting to drop off and die, catch it, anybody can get a cold or a flu or a virus. It's just a highly contagious virus that's airborne. You understand what I'm saying? How come nobody talking about the 70,000 people that I think initially I said this in my other video, almost like 170,000 people caught it within the last couple of months, and since then 70,000 people that were diagnosed, they don't have it no more. They just cut themselves off from the world for like a couple of weeks or a month or whatever. They gave their body a chance, immune system to fight this shit, and now they're fucking fine. Stop living in fear. Stop being pussies and bitches. This shit is fucking stupid, man. God damn, yo. This shit is like, yo, this shit is fucking corny as hell, man. Oh my God, this celebrity. So what, he fucking got it. These motherfuckers on planes all the time and they traveling, so they have a higher probability of catching it. That's why it's good that they cut, as far as close the schools and stuff like that, because those are potential beds and feeding grounds for the virus. When you got 500-600 motherfuckers in one place, you can spread it that much faster. So you limit the spreading by limiting the gatherings. It makes perfect sense. But y'all are acting all scared and terrified and shit. Like, shut the fuck up, yo. Damn, just wash your hands. If you scared, stay your ass in the house. If you got a fucked up, weak immune system, you always sick, stay your punk ass in the house, and that's pretty much it, man. Instead of fucking fear mongering and acting like it's an AIDS, ooh, he got it. Like they trying to slander my boy Tommy Sotomayor. I'm sorry. Shut up. Somebody trying to call me. This is a YouTuber named True Freeman. Basically saying Tommy Sotomayor admits to having the COVID-19, and he's trying to get some donations to help for his medical. Some bullshit. Motherfuckers acting like it's an AIDS sentence. Like, when did COVID-19 get on the same level as a sexually transmitted disease that you have control over? You got control over contracting a sexually transmitted disease. Just don't fuck. You can't control the spread of this shit. You can contain it, but you can't really control it. A virus is gonna do what it does. Now I feel like if China was more proactive and they could have contained that shit and left it in their fucking country and let it fucking take care of itself. But no, people was traveling home and just not realizing what was going on and shit. And China was hush hush about this shit, and that's how it spread. And I think ultimately that was the part of the plan. Because China, Japanese, shit like that. What kind of fighters do they have like in World War I and World War II? Kamikaze pilots, right? What do kamikaze pilots do? They put the bombs on their back and they fucking fly and they crash into the enemy. Who's to say that kamikaze pilots can't be on a biological level? Biological kamikazes. You dig what I'm saying? They know they got the shit. It's just like when HIV and AIDS first hit the scenes. Motherfuckers knew they had the germ. They was fucking bitches and niggas and shit and spreading that shit intentionally. I cannot believe that every single person that came from China that had the shit didn't know they didn't have the motherfucker and didn't have bad intentions. Some motherfucker was on some kamikaze shit. Oh, yes, if I kill myself and take out a whole bunch of others, I will be breast. That's fucked up. I'm racist. But yo, stop acting like this shit is some super AIDS though. Like, fuck out of here. Until motherfucker, like Ebola was worse than this shit as far as like the severity, the extremities of how people was dying and shit, like the blood popping out of their anus and their nose and leaking in the esophagus. Motherfuckers got the sniffles and shit and the coughs and they just in bed and they got little aches and pains. They motherfuckers ain't in bed like, oh God, I'm dying. Like they said, I heard Idris Elba got it now. Big fucking deal. That motherfucker's a millionaire. He gonna be straight. You see the dude, Rudy Gobert, he just made a video yesterday. I'm sorry, I wasn't so... You know how the French black French niggas talk. I'm sorry I was irresponsible for the way that I was touching the microphones and shit, but just I have the goodness of medical treatment that I want to take care of myself, and I hope that everybody will be good to themselves. And the home touched his phone again. Like, yeah, let's stop acting like fucking bitches, man. Like, come on with this fear-mongering shit. You find out a celebrity has it's not AIDS. This shit ain't no fucking terminal cancer. This shit it just spreads fast, but it's not fucking death-defying. The main reason why America's trying to put a container on this shit is because the hospitals and shit, they can't keep up with all the patients coming in trying to get treatment. So we're trying to minimize it as much as possible. It makes perfect sense. But this shit ain't fucking AIDS. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. If I get it, oh my God, if I caught it, if I got it, I probably have it. Who knows? They say so many of us have it and don't realize it. A lot of people are asymptomatic, but your body takes care of it. It's not a fucking killer. It's not a death disease. More motherfuckers have died this year from influenza than the motherfucking coronavirus. Is this coronavirus is something new that we don't know about? It's something that we don't have a vaccine for, and it spreads extremely fast. That's why we're trying to get a contain on it, because it's spreading faster than anything that we've seen in years. So I totally get it. But y'all motherfuckers, I'm scared to get it. I don't know. Shut the fuck up. Ooh, y'all make me... Oh my God, y'all motherfuckers is corny, man. Do any of y'all know anybody specifically that has it? That's my question. Do any of y'all know any specific person you had that has it or that has passed away from it? We keep hearing about cases that is definitely out there. Be fortunate if you... Listen, we probably all got that shit. We probably all have it. If you're feeling real sick, just don't go out. The shit is simple. And if you do have it, don't broadcast your business, because people are demonizing this shit like it's some type of easy AIDS. There's a difference between regular AIDS and easy AIDS. Easy AIDS is he went in with a cough. Turns out he had pneumonia, the flu. Then it became the pneumonia. Then it became HIV. Then it became AIDS. Then it became dead within like 7 days. When I say easy AIDS, I mean the kind of AIDS that kill you in a motherfucking week. This shit is not doing that. 70,000 motherfuckers recovered from the shit, but they're not talking about that. Why? Because the media is fucking fear-mongering. And the crazy shit is, a lot of y'all motherfuckers enjoy the fear. Y'all don't feel complete unless you feel afraid, like it's some kind of crisis. Why? Because ain't shit going on in your life that's worth nothing. So now we got this crazy cataclysmic thing that's happening throughout the entire planet, right? So now, oh my God, I gotta buy toilet paper for my nose and all this crazy shit. I gotta get some nasal spray for I gotta get nasal spray for my diarrhea. Y'all backwards as shit, buying shit that don't got shit to do with the shit that's going on with y'all motherfucking bodies, man. Shut the fuck up, man. Just keep your hands clean. Don't try to go into big groups and gatherings if you have to. Listen, my job requires me. I deliver groceries. So my job requires me to be out here on these streets. If I didn't have to be out here, if I was only a waiter, first of all, I would have to just be, I couldn't be, like, they close all the restaurants and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta buy water because you want to stay hydrated. I don't, like me personally, damn, I turned the wrong way. I don't like drinking tap water because it got that lead, gross tasting taste. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't like to drink water from the pipes. So I totally get that. And then a lot of people are just overstocking because they don't know how long they're going to be holed up. But if you just look at the data, look at the 70,000 motherfuckers that are in fucking third world countries that are doing better right now, from China and shit. 70,000 motherfuckers got healed from the shit. That should serve as an indication of, if you're infected with it, how you going to do it. You said people fearing what they don't know. What we do know, people fear what they don't know. I get that, but what we do know is 70,000 people feel better. Like what we focused on the 1,700 people that caught it in America, right? We focused on the worldwide, out of like 200,000 people that caught it. We focused on the 5,000 motherfuckers that died, right? Why the fuck we focused on 5,000 people that died, but we not focused on the 70,000 motherfuckers that survived this shit? This don't make no sense. Yo, it's way more people that survived this shit than people that suffering from this shit. So why we ain't focusing on the motherfuckers that surviving? Because niggas always want to be glass half empty. Niggas always thinking about death. Niggas always thinking about, that's that fucking religious bullshit mindset. That's where that shit come from. Because since you was a little kid, the pastor always told you, if you do good and you do right by God, you go to heaven. And if you do bad, you're going to get burned and destroyed. And we don't want to die because death is a bad thing. We was taught that death was a bad thing since we was fucking little kids, so we fear that shit so much. So they always shove that shit in our face. You don't do this, you're gonna die. You're gonna, nigga, we already was gonna die like when we fucking learn how to talk and understand life. This is something that we already knew. But they constructed this shit. The religious motherfuckers constructed this shit as something bad because they're using that as a means of control. If none of us feared death, none of us wouldn't be reacting the way we fucking acting right now. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. It's probably going to be something on the other side, something that we have to look forward to. We don't got no proof of what it is, right? So if you choose to be depressed because you think you're about to die or some shit like that, you got a glass half empty mentality, and that's the choice that you choose to fucking have. And that shit is some fucking bullshit, man. And I'm only being hard like this, and I'm being aggressive and yelling and shit, because you know what? I would rather be passionate, and I would rather have a lot of energy. I'm explaining right. I'd rather be passionate, and I would rather have a lot of energy and rile people up to feel good about themselves and to feel some type. Yeah. Yo, my bad, y'all. I was in the midst of delivering some shit, and I didn't realize how low my phone battery was, even though the charger's connected. But I think I need a new charger. Because you know, once the chargers get old, once they get a little bit loose, you be riding shit and not realizing that your phone ain't charging. But I remember where I left off, because I'm a stand-up comedian and this is the fuck I do. But what I was saying was, like the last video, I was being mad passionate and yelling, and it may seem like I'm angry, but it's not anger. It's passion, man, because so many people are fear-mongering and being scared and afraid over something that they don't really know, and that's literally a choice. And like I said in my last video, pessimism isn't good for your immune system. I'm not saying go out here and just be foolhardy and think that nothing's gonna affect you and you're impervious to shit. I'm not saying that, but when you're like, oh my gosh, David Bowie just got the Ebola virus, the COVID virus, it's gonna hit me, I'm so scared. Like that attitude doesn't help your immune system. You know, follow the government's mandates as far as if we gotta stay in, you know what I mean, if we have to quarantine ourselves or what have you. You know, we say people like we're afraid of the unknown, but what we do know is, you know, it's similar to the flu, but it's stronger. About 170,000 people caught it worldwide. I think about 5,000 died off of it. Most of them were elderly or they had already had underlying health conditions. And over 70,000 people have recovered from it. Way more people who have recovered from it than people that have died from it. You know, so we have some positive information as far as like our ability to bounce back from it. But the thing is, it's all about trying to contain it as much as we possibly can, you know what I'm saying? So we can get rid of this thing within 30 days, 45 days or so, you know? President 45 is in the office and we need 45 to get rid of the disease. If that's some serendipity, I don't know what the fuck serendipity is. So I'm not mad at people that are afraid. I'm just trying to be like a drill sergeant to fucking beat that negative, pessimistic, immune weakening attitude and just have more of a positive attitude, no pun intended. Have more of a positive attitude about the situation. This shit is not Easy-E AIDS on steroids. Like I told y'all before, there's regular AIDS and there's Easy-E AIDS. Easy-E AIDS, he had a cough. He went in, found out he had the flu. A day later, it's pneumonia. A day after that, it's HIV. A day after that, it's AIDS. And a day after that, this motherfucker's dead. And went 6-7 days from finding out, he went from the sniffles to death in 6 days. Coronavirus ain't doing this shit to nobody like that. Like I said, we talk about the 5,000 people that died, but we don't talk about the 70,000 that recovered. Why? Because death and dismay and sensationalism sells more. You know what I'm saying? People are fucking dying and losing. It's just more entertaining for the fucking media. That's what it is, yo. And when y'all spread when y'all spread the negative, because ultimately it's all a choice. It's a choice whether you want to be afraid. It's a choice whether you want to spread pessimism and negativity. That's purely a choice. So if you talking pessimism and negativity, you're fucking doing the news job. You're helping the news. You helping spread the fear mongering shit. Now, I'm not saying go out there and be careless and nothing like that, but just continue to wash your hands. You understand what I'm saying? Continue to, if you're sick, stay home. You know what I mean? Just the basic shit that they told you since you was 5 years old when you was in preschool, and your mother was like, now, little Mo, make sure you wash your hands. Don't put your fingers in your butt, then put them in your mouth. Don't spit. Don't eat your boogers. Like the same fucking thing that we were told when we was 5 years old is the same thing that you said, who am I? I'm not calling, what do you say? Who said, who am I? Learn how to watch your caption being that we were having this thing. Now you on live. Taryn, this ain't about you, nigga. This about everybody that's fear mongering. This ain't about you, T. You not, come on, man. Fuck. I'm not even entertaining that. It's about anybody that's afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm trying to be like a hard drill sergeant. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like a hard drill sergeant to pep us up instead of us walking around in fear. That's what I'm trying to do. This ain't got nothing to do with you, bruh. It's about anybody who wants to be afraid. Y'all choose to be afraid. I'm saying it's stupid to be afraid. It's stupid to accept the choice of being afraid. Just keep yourself clean. If you sick, stay home. Quarantine yourself. Within 2 weeks, you'll be better. 5,000 people died. Over 70,000 people recover. Let's take emotions out of this shit and just look at the bare numbers and the bare logic. We can survive this shit, man. We can survive. I'd rather somebody be talking to me like this and being hard with it than, oh my God, you're going to die. A celebrity called this. Like, what the fuck? What celebrity died from this shit yet? This motherfucker, I'm going to do his impression again because that shit is funny. This motherfucker, Rudy Gobert, from France, he a French nigga. He was like, listen, Mike, I'm just saying, you know what he said? I apologize for the things that I did the other day when I touched the microphones, but I have the top, what did he say? He said, I have the top doctors on scene and we are getting better by the day and I feel good and I feel healthy. Like, people getting better. I was a little bit under the weather like 2 weeks ago. Now I'm feeling better. I probably had this shit. There's probably so many of us that got this shit right now, but we just, we creating this like false, like post like apocalypse type world, man, and motherfuckers is not dying off left and right. But the thing is, we live in an age of social media. Every time somebody catches it, especially a celebrity, it's huge news, right? And we all got our cell phones, so we're looking at that shit. And then if there's a death, when 1 or 2 people died, 2 people out of 30 million people died from the coronavirus. Oh shit! 2 motherfuckers died. This shit crazy. State of emergency. Meanwhile, 30 motherfuckers gonna get killed in Chicago over the weekend, and we won't bat an eye. More people have died in Chicago this fucking year probably than the coronavirus in America. But Chicago not in a state of emergency. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. This is no shot towards anybody in particular. It's just a shot at us. Yo, man, let's be more. Let's fight this shit. You understand? Let's have a stronger mentality with this shit. Pessimism and thinking, walking with your head down, thinking sad. Like, oh my God, what am I going to? That doesn't help your immunity. We gonna die, Darnell Davis. That doesn't help your immunity. Like I said, there's gonna come a point in time, like if it gets to like an extinction, a level, if it gets to, I don't believe he had nothing but a cold or regular flu. Like coincidence, he was playing about it, and all of a sudden he got it. Rashawn, that could be part of the spreading of the fear. That could be some bullshit. Or some social control type shit. Who the fuck knows? We don't know. The media just tells us this. They tell us that somebody got this test. We're not scientists. We don't know how molecules and cells and shit like that look. We have no idea what any of this shit looks like. We just trust what the media tells us. He say he got it. But be that as it may, why the fuck is we acting like this shit is like Easy-E AIDS? I don't get it, yo. Once we get to that bridge and we're ready to cross it, we cross that bridge. Until we see motherfuckers dying left and right, young, affluent motherfuckers with bread, then that's the situation. One of the most tragic things about Kobe passing away, one of the reasons why it hit the world so hard is because not only was Kobe young when he died tragically, but he was worth so much. He was worth $500 million, right? And regardless of all that money and his youth, his beautiful wife and kids, regardless of all that, he couldn't stop the inevitable of happening, of a machine failing in the air and him passing away. That's what was so tragic about it, because it was like, damn, this cat had all the money in the world and he passed away. We don't got nowhere near what Kobe had, so we're susceptible. We could all die in that type of situation too. And I say that to parallel it with this virus. If people like on Kobe's level start dying left and right at that young age with that type of money, that's when we should be worried. But here's the positive thing. Here's the positive note that y'all can take from this whole situation is that over 70,000 people recovered from this shit. Why is we harping over the little bit of motherfuckers that died, right? But we not talking about the majority of the people that have recovered from this shit. This is the shit I don't understand. Y'all want to harp on the small sliver of negativity, but y'all don't want to talk about the positive shit. Y'all don't want to focus on the positivity. And to me, that's stupid. To focus on the negative, but not look at the blatant positive that's right in front of your face. That's what's stupid. That's stupid to fucking harp on the negativity, which is pales in comparison to positive. Motherfuckers is recovering. People's bodies is resilient. More motherfuckers die in China because you know why? China got. I said this math from my 2 videos ago. China was 2 billion people, so China is like 6.2 times bigger than the United States, and it's more, it's more condensed. So people are gonna spread this shit more because it's just more people in more dense areas, and on top of that, they have a different cuisine. They eat different types of shit, different types of creatures that play hosts to various bacteria and viruses and shit like that our body just wasn't meant to deal with. So of course that shit gonna spread way more faster in those nations and shit like that. They just, I don't want to get racist and nothing like that, but they just have a different level of hygiene and a different appetite, and it's way more people. That's why New York City shut down faster than Connecticut, because New York City has 5 million people. The city, not the state, the city has 5 million people. State of Connecticut has 2 million, and it's spread out more. You know what I'm saying? But now we got some cases in West Hartford. We got some, I think a positive case popped up in Hartford or whatever. So we're just taking precautionary measures, shutting down bars and things of that nature. Food is only on like a delivery type basis. And schools are shut down because those are hotbeds for viruses to spread. You understand what I'm saying? And ultimately, it's all about like if everybody caught this shit simultaneously, the hospitals just can't facilitate taking care of everybody that's going through this shit. It's just impossible. That's why they're trying to contain it as much so they don't have as many people checking in the hospitals and shit. And you don't really gotta fucking check in. Just drink your fluids. Stay your ass home. You understand what I'm saying? Keep yourself in a contained environment. Your body will build up the necessary antibodies and white blood cells and things of that nature and shit. And then you'll be fucking fine in 2 weeks, man. It's not easy E on AIDS. I'm talking hard like this because I want y'all to be encouraged. I don't want y'all to be sad and scared and walking around in fear. It is a microscopic organism that you can't stop. You could just try to contain it. Some of us probably have it and don't even realize it, but we have strong immune systems. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to be fine. Those that probably had it and don't realize it. There is no national test yet, so it's impossible. You know how long it's going to fucking take to test everybody, 300 million Americans? You know how long that's fucking take? You know how expensive that's going to be? The biggest prevention or the biggest what's the word I'm looking for? Contingency plan is just if you feel sick, like. And I'm not talking about just allergies. I always got allergies. Anybody know that I always have allergies, but you got flu-like symptoms, your body aches and all that. Nigga, stay your bitch ass home. That's it. Stay home until you get better. Like any other time you got the flu. It's just this one is just highly contagious and it's on fucking steroids. They said the virus could like it could live for like 72 hours on a stainless steel table. Like, that's how strong that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like, 72 hours on a so it's serious business. I'm not minimizing the seriousness or the contagiousness of it, but it's not fatal like that, man. Motherfuckers ain't dying and shit. Like when presidents and all that presidents start dying and motherfuckers and when you see rich people starting to die left and right, that's when you should be afraid. We haven't seen that yet. When you see rich motherfuckers, like to compare it to the Kobe situation, it wasn't just sad that he died in a plane crash. It was sad because he had so much money and he had the world at the tip of his fingers, and none of that money could protect him. That's what was so sad about it. So when we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen any celebrities pass away from this shit like that. Young celebrities. We have not seen it. We have people have been catching it. Like Rudy Gobert. I'm feeling so much better. I'm taking all of my medicine. Mon chéri, amour. Let's come away. And you can see me do the drug. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing people get better from it. We focusing on the little bit of motherfuckers that passed away from it that was either sick, I don't keep repeating myself, either sick or has some type of underlying medical condition, or the elderly. And not just to pass it off like fuck the elderly, because, you know, we all got parents and grandparents and older people that raise us and stuff like that, and we want the best for them. But keep them contained, keep them in their homes, keep them away from it. They shouldn't be out. I saw some like old people out trying to shop and shit like that, and I was feeling so bad for these old people. Like, they shouldn't be out there shopping like that. Hold on 1 second. My bad, but like, them old people, they shouldn't be out there shopping like that, man. Like, they're the ones that should be worried putting themselves sitting in the front lines like that. They're the body, you know, their body can't handle, like, potentially handle all this shit, you know. It's definitely smoke and mirrors with Sean. And I feel like just falling into the fear. I'm not saying you're stupid if you fall into the fear, but that's stupid to fall into the fear of this shit. Be cautious. You understand what I'm saying? Be on alert. You know, if you want to wear the face mask, if you think you're sick, but you have to go out, put the face mask on. As the face mask serves more as a protection to others than yourself. A lot of y'all dumb motherfuckers don't even realize that shit. The mask protects more of what's coming out as opposed to what's coming in. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel sick, but you got to go out and get something, put the mask on, put your gloves on, just be conscious and mindful of other people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you got comedy shows or anything like that, cancel all that shit. Don't put together any groups unnecessarily. Only go out if you absolutely have to go out to hustle to make a couple of dollars. You don't got nothing to say. Listen, I don't got nothing saved up, nothing like that. I got to be out here. I got to hustle. I've had pneumonia 2 times in my life. I had pneumonia when I was a baby. And I had pneumonia also when I was like 15 or 16. Awful ass feeling. My immune system on fucking steroids. You know what my flu shot was? Catching pneumonia 2 times in my life. Usually you catch pneumonia, second time you dead. I felt like I was about to die when I was like 15, 16. Got through it though. And I had one other major sickness back in 2012. 2012 when I used to work for the Cheesecake Factory. But it was like some type of stomach bug going around, like some type of food poison type shit. You know what I'm saying? And a whole bunch of us had the shits. And it's funny because I lost like 20 pounds in like 2 days. And I used that, after that happened, I used that as a catalyst to get on my fitness. I was like, fuck it, I'm down 20 pounds. I might as well just keep this workout going. But I'm not preaching fear. I don't agree with that shit. Motherfuckers want to be with the doom and gloom conversation. I'm unfollowing them. I don't want to talk. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I only want positive conversations, man. Positive conversations. Until we actually see like people, affluent people with paper, celebrities and shit like that, and young, strong motherfuckers dying from this shit, that's when we should be worried. And we really shouldn't be worried because, to bring it back once again, over 70,000 people have recovered from this shit. Over 70,000 people out of the original 168,000, over 70,000 people have recovered. And it's probably more. I'm sure like this, I think this figure was like a week old. So that number has actually probably gone up, man. Let's just be encouraged, man. Let's help each other out. Let's be patient with each other. Like, I know I talk passionate, you know what I'm saying? I'm amped up or whatever. Listen, first of all, this is, as I say to y'all folks all the time, this is me building my YouTube channel. This is for the sake of my channel. So I'm being real with the shit, but this is entertainment. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna just talk like this the entire time and be boring. And listen, brothers, Let's just be encouraged, and hopefully we can get through this. Don't be afraid. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray my Lord the soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, like, I'm going to talk like this so nobody thinks I'm... Nah, that's not me. I talk with passion. I talk with emphasis. This is an exciting time. And I drink this weird shit from the Starbucks. The shit got me hyped or whatever. And we're doing a comedy show tonight online, not in public, online. We're doing a comedy web show. I'm gonna share the link with you guys later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to hop in and just watch some virtual comedy, it's like 7 or 8 of us on Google Hangouts. We're gonna be doing that tonight at 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. Doors open at 8:30. Show starts at 9. Yeah, but just be encouraged. Be smart. You know, a lot of you folks, like, your kid's not in school, so you're going to have more time with your kids. If you're not able to work, I'm sure there's ways where, you know, you can get breaks on your bills and things of that nature, and you can probably get unemployment. You know, like we all just got to work together. You know, we all have to work together and help each other out in this situation, and not just fucking fearmonger and be terrified because a celebrity like catches. First of all, celebrities are on airplanes all the fucking time, so it's like if you hear like a celebrity gets one, it's like, well, yeah, they travel all the time, so it's a possibility that they're gonna catch it. They have a higher chance of catching it because they're always on planes, they're always traveling from different countries and things of that nature. But it's good that they found it, that they have it. They quarantine themselves, you know, take care of themselves, drink their fluids, give their body the chance to fucking, you know, build up and do what they got to do and fight the shit off, man. You know, it's funny, regardless of how smart all the scientists and doctors and shit like that think they are, man, ain't nothing smarter than that fucking human body. Actually, because we get the cure from our body. We figure out how our blood cells that adapt to the codes and shit like that and attacks whatever it is that's ailing us, man. The body's a beautiful thing, man. We just have to have more confidence in ourselves. Confidence strengthens the immunity, you know? But just being sad and pessimistic and spreading fear and, oh my God, this is so scary. How does having a negative attitude throughout this whole situation, how does that help anybody, man? How does being negative and fear mongering and spreading negativity, how does that help anything? It doesn't, man. Let me read some of these comments real quick. I don't believe he had nothing, blah, blah, blah. What did he say? Right, it only has 4 HIV genes. I mean, it ain't like they never fuck, bro. I don't know what the fuck you talking about there. I want to go to the gym. This is some bullshit. Hey, Darnell Davis, man, if you can't go to the gym, just work out at home. Calisthenics. You don't need to be around all the musty motherfuckers anyway. You can work out at the crib, though. People acting like it's cooties and that it's over. Country built off fear and control. It ain't the whole country. It's just a lot of people easily swayed by the media and easily swayed by shock value type shit, and they just choose to fall into the fear because honestly, like, the fear comforts them. Their comfort it's weird, but they're fueled by a lot of people. Some people are fueled by fear, like, you know what I'm saying? It gives their life some type of meaning to feel some type of drama, like, you know what I'm saying? Like something is trying to get them and they trying to escape from it. I don't know why, but like some people are just fueled by that, fueled by the drama and negativity. Oh, this is not jokes. He said, immune system work for a reason. What else we said? Man, all this shit is smoke and mirrors. Shit behind the scenes is what we need to worry about. Definitely, man. It's always smoke and mirrors, man. Virus don't kill. It helps break down the body to get other issues to creep in. Exactly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, if I've offended anyone, you know, it's never about you. It's about what's going on in the world in general. You know what I'm saying? We just all are dealing with this shit, and we all have our opinions, whether we like to enjoy to revel in this fear, or whether we think this is all bullshit. However you come, whichever angle you attack, you know what I'm saying, somebody's going to get offended. But just know this: when I do these lives, it's never personal. It's never personal. This is a sense of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? This is why I do it. and I do it to build material on my channel. Listen, that is all I had to say. I got to charge up my phone. You know what I mean? I got to get ready for this podcast comedy show later on tonight. This fucking, I said podcast comedy show. I got this webcast comedy show. My bad. And I'm trying to park real quick. I always suck at parking. I always park too far from the curb, bro. I always do that shit for some strange reason. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, just be encouraged. All I'm saying is be encouraged. We're gonna be fine, man. We're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Especially black folks. We supposed to be the most resilient motherfuckers. Like, a lot of us was thinking that we was immune to this shit, and then black people started catching it. It's a fucking virus, man. Like we'll be fine, man. Motherfuckers ain't dying left and right like that. We're gonna be fine. You know, I'm you will never see me push this fear mongering. Only time, you know, to be fearful is, like I said, when you see young rich motherfuckers starting to die off. Like, oh shit, Leonardo DiCaprio dead. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, Tom Cruise died. Oh shit, Morgan Freeman died. That nigga should have been dead anyway. Morgan Freeman like 275 years old. If anything, the coronavirus is doing Morgan Freeman a fucking favor. He should have been dead. This nigga been old for 60 years. How you old for 60 years and you still alive? That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? You see Tyson Beckford dead. You know what I mean? Like, you see Jay-Z die and Beyonce. When that start happening, that's when we gotta be like, yo, this is some real shit. Hasn't happened. And as a matter of fact, the opposite is happening. Because I don't know how many times I gotta stress this, but I gotta stress this in a passionate way. Over 70,000 people have recovered from this shit. Over 70,000 people have recovered from this shit. So stop focusing on the little bit of motherfuckers that died, and let's focus on the majority of people that have survived. That's all I had to say. Hashtag everybody Nemo Green. Peace.